Merry Christmas, everyone. It is Christmas in July. So Merry Christmas. So I've been asked to be in a collab that celebrates Christmas in July. So we're gonna cook our favorite or a taste of Christmas. So we're trying to be creative. I know my daughter Fariana Vlogs. She has started this collab. I'm not sure who else is in it, but I have joined the collab, so I'm gonna put a link to her channel, and then you can go and check out her Christmas in July recipe, and she can have the links to anybody else who's doing the collab with her. So I tried to be a little creative with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm thinking about what is Christmas in food. So I'm thinking about, we have ham, so a little ham steak here. We have potatoes, so I have my potatoes, some greens, you gotta have your greens. I have some mushrooms here, and I do have an onion. Hang tight. I picked an onion out of my garden. It's a small onion. But I'm going to use that in my dinner, and of course I have some sour cream and some butter. I got country crock, and so let me show you my twist on Christmas in July. Let's get started. So I started out, and these potatoes are baked, and I baked them in my Moso toaster oven. It's an air fryer toaster oven, and I put them in at 400 degrees for an hour, and they are perfectly baked. I have done baked potatoes several different ways. I have trouble getting them to bake all the way through in an hour. I'm telling you what, that thing baked them, it baked them quick, and I'm very, very happy with the way they turned out. So I'm gonna face the camera down, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with these potatoes, and we're gonna start our meal for Christmas in July. First of all, I'm gonna cut my baked potatoes in half. And they are still a little bit warm. The oven shut off probably about 10 minutes ago, but you can see they're steaming hot. So I'm gonna take the potato part. Let me and I'm gonna scoop the insides into this bowl. Now, when I think Christmas in July, or I think of cooking during the summer, I'm thinking a little bit lighter. Like, I know Christmas, you're gonna have everything on the table. You're gonna have a feast on the table. Well, in July, the weather's warm, and you really don't wanna eat that much. So you wanna find a lighter way to enjoy all those foods, but maybe not quite as heavy. So I'm not gonna go with the traditional, big dinner with all the meat and the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and gravy, and I don't want all of that heavy food. I just want something a little lighter. So we're gonna start out by, this is warm too, I'm telling you, by putting these potato into the bowl. We're gonna be doing a twice baked potato is actually what we're gonna be doing, but we're gonna incorporate some other fun stuff into it to make it kind of a meal in itself. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. So if there's ingredients in here you don't like, because I know there's gonna be ingredients that I'm gonna use in mine that Steve's not gonna like, I'm not gonna put those in his bowl. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna get my sour cream. and my butter. And let me grab 2 little spoons. Are y'all celebrating Christmas in July? All right. So I'm gonna throw some butter into the potatoes. And then I'm gonna throw some sour cream into the potatoes. Let me get a little bit of salt and some pepper. I'm going to use some Himalayan pink salt, and we'll just put a little bit of salt in our potatoes, just a tad bit. And this is roasted garlic and peppercorn peppers, and we'll crack a little bit of pepper and garlic into the potatoes, and I think that'll be great. Now I'm going to take my blender here and I'm going to just blend these up. All right, I have wonderfully mashed potatoes here. So let me get all of this goodness off of this, and we're going to move to our next step. All right, so we have our wonderful ham steak here, and I'm just gonna take some off it. I've already trimmed the fat off it, but I just want a piece that I can use, and I'm gonna cook the rest. We're gonna go ahead and use the rest, but I'm gonna take a piece of it and chop it into small chunks. Alright, let me just chunk this up into small pieces. We'll see if that's enough or not. That might be enough. Alright. So I'm going to add these hunks of ham into our potatoes. Give the potatoes a little bit of kick. All right, I might just add just another little bit of it, just because I like to have some ham in my potatoes. Kind of like putting bacon bits in your potatoes, but hey, this is Christmas in July. So we're gonna spice up our potatoes, or not really spice up our potatoes, but we're gonna make them festive. We're gonna make festive potatoes by adding some ham into them. And I know Steve will eat the ham, so that's why I'm not afraid to put ham into his potatoes, because I know that he will like it. So I'm gonna put ham in there, and don't those look good? All right, so I'm gonna put the rest of this ham onto this baking sheet. I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of Pam first so it doesn't stick. And I'm gonna put this in the air fryer oven to warm up, because ham is already pre-cooked. So all it really needs to do is warm up a little bit. So we're gonna put that into the air fryer toaster oven along with our potatoes. So I'll take the ones that we have here, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up 2 of these for Steve. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of extra stuff to mine. I know that Steve doesn't like onions, and well, he doesn't like onions a lot. He'll eat them if they're like caramelized on a grill or something, but he doesn't like the more raw onions. So we're not gonna do that to his potato. We're just gonna leave the ham in his potato, and we'll make them nice and full for him. And then we'll leave the rest for me. And what I'm gonna add to mine is I'm gonna add a big mushroom. All right, let me wash him off over here in my sink. We'll dice it down. We'll make it small chunks. And I think 1 is good for mine. I don't think I want to put more than that in mine. I think 1 is good. So we're gonna put that in mine. And I'm gonna add some onion. Why not? So, oops. I'm gonna peel my onion. And these, smells good. Fresh out of the garden. I actually accidentally pulled it out because I was trying to weed the garden and I caught a hold of it by accident. So I said, you know what, I'll just bring it in and I'll eat it, and then we won't have a problem. I won't waste an onion. So cut it in half. Just gonna take out that outer layer off it. There we go. That looks good. And I know it's small, but that's okay. It'll give me a little bit of onion flavor. I'm gonna throw that in with my potatoes there. All right, and last but not least, you have to have your greens. So I'm gonna take some greens, and I think what I'm gonna do with my greens is I'm gonna lay them in the bottom of my boat. So I'm gonna put my potatoes on top of my greens. That's how I'm gonna do my Christmas. All right, got my greens down there in the bottom of my boat. I'm gonna mix up my potatoes and my onions and mushrooms and ham. And that's how I'm doing my Christmas in July, y'all. Tell me what you think about that in the comment section below. Would you eat this? We'll know which is which because this one's got greens on it. Because we know Steve, he's not a big person for greens. So, and he definitely isn't a mushroom person. This is gonna look fuller because it's got the bed of greens underneath it. And I'm gonna actually put cheddar cheese on top of mine. But I don't know if Steve will want that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook these just a little bit, just to warm everything back up. I'll probably put it on 350 and I'm gonna put the ham in there too. Probably for at least another 10 to 15 minutes. And then I probably will only eat one of these. I'm sure I will only eat one of these and have one left over for tomorrow. All right, so I'll wash my hands up. I'm gonna let's see what we can sprinkle on here. Let's see what I got for a little spice we can sprinkle on the top. I have some old Saratoga spice rub, provincial herb and garlic mix. So it's got some herbs in there. It's got some thyme and sage and oregano and rosemary. So I think this would look pretty sprinkled over the top. You can, I guess you could use a paprika on it. Give it a nice red coloring. But I think I'm gonna go with this. Just add a little bit of spice to the top of it. Just a sprinkle. Okay. Let's come over here. We're gonna pop it in this moso. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Let me put the potatoes on the top, and I'm going to see if this ham will fit in there. On the bottom, we can do two. Yes, we can. Look at there. That's our whole Christmas dinner in the little moso air fryer oven. So let's look at a temperature for this. We'll just do the function button, and I'm going to do, I want to do like a 350, I think. So I'm going to turn it to 350 here, and then I'm going to do maybe, let's say 15 minutes. Let's do 15 minutes. We'll start it and we'll cook it 350 for 15 minutes. I'm gonna call Steve and see if he wants some cheddar cheese on his. If he does, we'll take this out in 15 minutes, throw some cheddar on the top, and cook it for maybe 2 or 3 more minutes just to melt our cheese. So let's see how this turns out. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. Steve is home and he said put cheese on it. Ooh, look at that. All right, we are gonna add a little cheese to the top of those. We're gonna throw those in. Melt it down. Whoa, look at the crust on those already. All right, we're only gonna put this in for about a minute because it looks like this thing can cook. Oh, gonna have a mess to clean up, but that's okay. Let me wipe that off. Yeah, I don't want it to burn on there. All right, so let's go. I'm not going to take it all the way down to like 250 and then take this all the way down to just for a minute, just to melt that cheese on there. And this is the Moso, M-O-O-S-O-O air fryer oven, and it's doing an amazing job cooking these potatoes. I put my potatoes in my microwave oven, and I put them in my oven, and I can never cook them in an hour. This, I put them in here for an hour. I could have probably put them in for 45 minutes because they were cooked. This thing does an amazing job cooking those potatoes, baked potatoes. So I'm definitely going to be using this for baked potatoes in the future. It does an amazing job. I'm just going to put this in long enough to melt this cheese. We're going to take it out, we're going to bring it over to the table, and we're going to taste out this Christmas in July. Merry Christmas, Steve.
Merry Christmas. Okay, Merry Christmas, Val.
It's Christmas in July.
Alrighty.
All right, so tell me what you think about my Christmas in July
It looks wonderful.
Potato.
It looks wonderful.
I'm gonna let him try his first.
It looks like it's gonna burn my mouth.
Oh yeah, it might do that. Yeah, maybe we wait. I want to wait a minute.
No,
That's it? Good?
I'll
Okay.
just blow it.
It looks creamy.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely cooked.
It's good.
Like
Good.
it?
Yep, you did a good job there.
Yeah. Okay. So let me try mine, because mine has a little bit more than his has in it.
Maybe you'll like hers too.
I've got a little more adventure when it comes to food. So let me cut mine in half. I got, oh, back it up here. I see our greens in there. This is my Christmas in July right here. I have some ham, some onions, some mushrooms.
It's really creamy.
It's really creamy. I put some butter and some sour cream in there with my spices, and put the cheddar cheese on top just to make it a little more special. That's like the ribbon on the package, you know, the cheddar cheese on top.
Yep.
Isn't that wonderful, y'all? Ooh, look at that. Focus enough on to focus on that. Doesn't that look wonderful? Mmm. That's good with the greens in it. That's a full meal right there. You don't need anything else. That's your Christmas. All right, y'all. This was fun. Thank y'all for watching. If you have a recipe you think would be fun for Christmas in July, go ahead and post it and tag us on it. I'm gonna put Fariana Vlogs and link in the description box below, so please check her out and check out all the other YouTubers who are doing Christmas in July fun food, and I'll catch you on the next collab. Thank y'all for watching. Bye now.